We haven't talked about
It's
The
so good.
Room. Have you guys seen The Room?
The
You mean that
jokey movie because it's so bad. I have watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dreadful. It's difficult to watch.
It's rough to watch because
I watched
it's
The Room.
so there's no continuity.
Dude, okay, I disagree. I feel like there's perfect continuity. The plot of this movie couldn't be laid out any more clearly. It is just like, hey, Mark, how's your sex life? Like
hi, Mark.
they like take you from one part of the plot to the next in crazy, super obvious ways. This movie couldn't be simpler to understand. There's one character who made the movie, wrote the script, and starred in it, and he made himself the absolute perfect hero in this thing, where everybody is a dick except him. And like, there's a bunch of sex scenes which aren't half bad. I don't know, they kind of fuck sternums and tummies, but if you can get over that, there's plenty of boob in it, and I'm always down for that. I got a big kick out of The Room. I think it's a must see. I think that movie was serious. It's so bad. The acting is so terrible.
Oh, he's trying. So
yeah,
that's Tommy Wiseau. That guy's name's Tommy Wiseau. He's trying his best. That is his best effort at making a serious film, and he's failing spectacularly. And it's known as one of those so bad it's good, but it's what it's truly known as one of the top bottom three or top three, however you want to look at it, worst movies ever made. I have a better one that is both equally as bad, I think, in different kind of technical ways: continuity errors, acting, script, delivery, all of it. But also it's funny. Like me and Dirty watched it while we were stoned or maybe on acid. Yeah, it was just me and Dirty. Everybody else was outside, and we were high on acid. And he thought it was one of the funniest things he'd ever seen. Samurai Cop. Samurai Cop is perhaps top 3 worst movies ever made. They're trying to do sort of a spin on Lethal Weapon, where you've got like long-haired white cop and mustachioed black cop, and they're LA police officers. You know, drug, corruption, organized crime, that sort of thing. It is remarkably bad. And some of the things that they say, there are these long, terribly delivered speeches because they'd only give them like one take. And this guy's like, you listen to me, you son of a bitch. I won't have you here in my country spreading drugs, crime, and corruption. America is about, and look, there's no cutting. We're just America is about freedom and justice and being able to walk the streets and look yourself in the eye and know that still hasn't cut, still just on and going. And it goes on with this terrible like
monologue,
like that was like written the night before, and like it's crap, it's bad. And he just and they cut back to the other guy, and he's just like, "Get the fuck out of here, you!" Like, and it's just like, what? There's one part. There's an interaction between
the whole movie's on YouTube for free.
There's an interaction between this hot helicopter police woman and our main hero, and she's like, I can't remember the exact dialogue, but she's like, "Yeah, I got a package for you right here," and he's like, "Oh yeah, is it hot and ready?" She's like, "Oh yeah, hot and ready for you." He's like, "All right, well keep it hot so I can come take delivery in a little while." "All right, it's hot and ready whenever you're ready to take delivery." They're just like talking about her pussy with double entendres for like 3 minutes over the radio.
Half the movie's in a Little Caesars.
He flirts with a nurse, and she straight up says something like, "Hey, you want to fuck?" And he's just like, "I think I do." "Yeah, you got a big cock." And it's just like, and then like cuts to the black guy, and it's one of the funniest like meme reactions ever. He goes, "Ooh." He makes this little face like this lady's talking so dirty, and then it ends up with like her deciding his dick's not big enough to fuck him, and it's just them talking in a hallway randomly, like
just needless dialogue.
Then you get to the sword fights, because remember, this is Samurai Cop. There's only one sword fight. It's the end of the movie, and there's no reason for him to have a sword. There's no discussion of him being a samurai or having any training in the martial arts. But at the end, he pulls out a sword and has a sword fight with an actual sword master. And they filmed it so out of order that he had gotten a fucking haircut. So as they cut back and forth, sometimes he's got a ridiculous woman's wig on, and sometimes he doesn't. And then sometimes the humidity is so much that the wig has like poofed up and like gotten short and silly, and the whole fight is like continuity errors and silliness.
I'm watching the fight right now at the end. This is brutal. This is bad.
Sam,
I scrubbed through a little bit. The blood color is the worst I've ever seen. It's like the person in the props department had just heard about blood from someone before. Like it is as bright as a red Kool-Aid all over the floor. And
if
it
you're
is
looking for a bad movie to watch, I recommend that one. If you're looking for a good show to watch, I recommend For All Mankind. And yeah, that's all I've been watching recently. I've just been binging For All Mankind. I'm on season 3, episode 9, I think.
You're almost
and the
done.
beauty is episode 10 debuts tomorrow. So I'll be able to watch like episode 9 tonight and episode 10 tomorrow, I guess, and finish the season off. And they do a good job of like, season finales are big deals. Like we make a major accomplishment or we do a thing, you know. And so I'm looking forward to the end of season 3. It's a really strong show.
That's where season 3 is it out yet?
Yes.
Like, are they doing week by week or is it finished?
That's what I was just saying. Only one episode to go, and it
Gotcha.
comes out tomorrow.
That's okay. Thank you. I was doing titles.
Yeah, 10 episodes. 10 episodes per season. I'm going to explore some more Apple TV stuff once I'm through this. I'm pleasantly surprised with my first show. I think I'm going to try out Severance because I know you said that was pretty good.
No,
no, you didn't like Severance. I think most people do though, so I'm still going to try it.
Yeah, try it. Here's my take on Severance. It hooked me with the first episode. I'm like, all right, a little slow, but this concept is fantastic.
Gotcha.
And then it just seemed like it was all fat, all waiting, all unveiling, and I'm like, no, like move this plot, please. But maybe you like a slower burn than me.
I will say this about For All Mankind. There is a point somewhere in the middle of season 2 where I literally yelled at the TV, "Go back to space! I don't care about your lesbian tryst. I don't care anymore. I care, just not 30 minutes worth of screen time.
It's too much caring, yeah, especially in a space show. You want space.
Lesbian Trish should be all naked.
No, they should have a lesbian tryst show.
Again, I won't
keep it out of
spoil
space.
I think you're getting to the you're getting to the
episode 8, season 1.
Who's about to go up into space, or who's going up in the ship right now?
What happened? I'm trying not to be so spoiler. Apollo 15 just came back, and they're like 2 years later, and then they bring a better ship, and that's where my episode ended.
Okay.
Apollo 15.
Well, I don't know exactly what you are, but I will say this: there's a really good episode where there are 2 ships that go up at essentially the same time.
I haven't seen that.
Okay. So one ship is, when you get to the episode that's fun, that's excellent, maybe the best episode, what's essentially happening is there's one ship up there to do some satellite repair, and there's another ship up there, I think, going to the moon. And so there's a bit of an interaction between those 2 ships. They're both United States ships, but the interaction is the coolest thing. I think it's the best episode they have.
No, I look forward to that.
Tremendous.
I remember watching that movie when I was a kid, and I remember seeing like a bunch of really bad reviews about that movie, and I didn't understand why people thought it was a bad movie at all. Like I was like, this thing is awesome.
I remember that it wasn't that they said the movie was bad in my exposure. It was that they said the movie was wildly over budget, that it was delayed. Apparently, filming on the water is super hard to do.
No shit.
Right. So, and it's all union based. And if they don't have lunch on time, then it costs a gazillion dollars. So if they have to work overtime, Kyle.
So if you've seen the movie, there's this atoll that sort of the opening scene takes place in, or opening 20 minutes or so. It's wherever like the people are living. They built that in the ocean. There was nowhere to piss or shit. So every time you had to take a bathroom break, they had to drive you back to the fucking mainland. Now, of course, we're hoping that people are just pissing and shitting off the side.
I'm from the ocean. There is everywhere to piss and shit.
I don't. Yeah, but I feel like there's probably like some sort of like environmental guy there, like making sure Kevin Costner doesn't shit over the side of the boat or anything.
Yeah.
In any case, like it kept falling apart. It was the movie ended up being profitable, but at the time, I want to say it was the most expensive movie ever made, at like 150 million or something like that.
Mhm.
It really is a fun little action flick, and it's worth watching. Dennis Hopper does a great job. He the line my dad always quotes is somebody's complaining to Dennis Hopper, even though Dennis Hopper just got one of his eyes fucking blown out of his head, and he goes,
Mhm.
"A single tear rolls down my cheek." Don't fucking complain to me, asshole. Look at this.
You know what,
There's a yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
you can go. Why don't you go?
Oh, so there's a really interesting sort of documentary. I think it might be on YouTube about how horrible the production of that movie was, like how everybody basically hated their lives. Like that atoll that they had everybody at, there was a storm that rolled in and basically broke everything. So they had to rebuild it from scratch, and it put things back like weeks or months or some kind of ridiculous time frame. People were being, it was a really, really hard production. And they were surprised that it even made it. So they didn't really care what happened afterwards. They were like, okay, the movie's made. I don't care what reviews it gets.
Is that another one of those that Kevin Costner directed? Because I think he directed The Postman. Have you ever seen The Postman?
I've heard about it, but I haven't heard it.
Another movie that I feel is underappreciated.
It's underappreciated as well. It's slow though. It's a lot slower than than Waterworld, which is more actiony. The Postman is post-apocalyptic. Who knows what happened, but the United States has fallen in these sort of like split up little communities. A little bit of electricity, but that's if you live next to a hydroelectric dam and you've rigged up a way or something like that. But we've been set back. And Kevin Costner is like this roaming guy who like stumbles upon an old postal truck. He takes the postman's uniform because it's good clothes, even though it's on like a skeleton. And he grabs the mail sack and he walks into town and he comes up with this scam. He says, the United States has been reformed. There's a new president. His name is, it gives some ridiculous name. It's like Benji Gooberson or something. I can't remember. President Gooberson has sent me firsthand. And he's running this scam. So basically they're giving him a place to stay, they're feeding him, and they're giving him mail to send on to the next town. So he's like, fuck yeah, give it to me. I'll carry it. And everybody, bitches are trying to fuck him. Like, it's great. He's loving this. But people start kind of buying into the whole idea that the United States is back, and there's a local warlord who doesn't care for that sort of thing. And it's a little bit like Fallout, right? Like he's got a whole goddamn army, and they're kind of opposed against one another. And Kevin Costner's made up scam of a new United States gets a following behind it and actually starts snowballing.
And he gets a sense of responsibility. I'm looking for a better word, morality, perhaps, where, he is the good guy and he is the government and he would like this world to be better, if I recall. Yeah. And it's pretty good. But like you said, it's slow. I do remember SNL did a skit on it. I think it might have been Kevin Costner on it. The SNL actor is like, oh my God, just tell it quicker. This feels like the Postman.
It's real fucking slow. But there's a few good actors in it that I always recognize, and I kind of like. I don't know, it has a good ending. I like Kevin Costner though, and not everybody does. Dances with Wolves is another one of my favorites. I grew up watching him. I think my grandma had a crush on Kevin Costner because we watched a lot of his movies.
I watched Dances with Wolves, and maybe you've had this experience where you like something like Dances with Wolves. In my head, check, good movie. Hey, you should see this. You would like it. It's a good movie. So I'm watching it with my friend's mom. Now, my friend's mom is an elementary school teacher that teaches like little kids, and she was just really innocent. You would think she was a virgin in spite of my friend's existence, and she always called us her sweet dumplings and fed us, and that was the environment in his house. Okay, so we watched Dances with Wolves together, and we liked her. Like she was really nice to us. And Dances with Wolves is violence, and I'm pretty sure he fucks that Indian chick, right? The one who's actually white.
It would have been a romantic fucking, but yeah.
yeah. So there's me and Mrs. Stepor watching this sex scene, and it was super awkward. I did not realize, dude, the same thing happened when we got, I think it was Rock Band. You don't know how dirty these songs are until your child is like singing about sticky sweet whatever.
Oh yeah. You guys ever been in in elementary school or middle school or something, and then they bring in a movie that's supposed to be from the period or depicting the period, and then nobody kind of proofreads that movie, like nobody vets that movie, and it ends up being like some crazy, like traumatic experience. I remember I was in, I think it was 6th or 7th grade. And then they're like, "Hey, we're going to be watching. We're talking about the World War II atrocities and all that." And they're like, "We're going to watch Saving Private Ryan."
Oh,
And it's like at the end, when it started getting real, and like this dude gets a knife through his chest, but really slowly, like that. Oh my God! I looked at that and I'm like, "Holy crap!" like I'm freaking out, and people getting blown up. Like, all right, well, that's cool. Like that was it was crazy to me because in your mind you kind of imagine what these things look like, but then like if you see it, you put yourself in that situation and you're like, as a kid, it just gave me nightmares. Absolutely.
How old were you when they showed Saving Private Ryan?
Oh,
in your
I mean,
school?
God, when did that movie come out? So this would have been after the movie came out on VHS. So this would have been like
was it
late 90s?
99?
yeah, something like that. So maybe
Okay.
early to the. I mean, maybe I could have been, I don't know, 12 or 13 or something.
Yeah.
But it was pretty jarring. And I mean, like I also was fairly desensitized, from the early internet where all the gore stuff, but it's just that just like it's in my mind, just seared in there, and it hit me in a way that I didn't anticipate, and it just like that was crazy.
That was a great scene, the one you're talking about. And then like almost the best part of that scene is like the Nazi guy's like walking down after killing him, and he doesn't even like. He's like, the effort it would take me physically, the calories I would burn killing you, the guy on the stairs, would be taking away from the war effort. Goodbye. just leaves. It's like, oh, you're not going to shoot me in the back. There's guns everywhere. There's bombs. Like, no, you're a bitch. See you later.
No, that's the like just
and also
emasculate him. Yeah.
Earlier, that was the guy who wanted to spare him back at the radio station.
Yeah, and he learned.
Yeah, he learned there at the end.
And he made a horrible mistake.
He's like, "Hi, it's me again."
I remember feeling like I got away with something when they would put on movies in school that were like really violent. I remember they put on The Patriot in like 7th grade or so, maybe 6th grade, and like we had to get something. It must have been 6th grade because we had to get something signed by our parents. Like, you're allowed to watch this, and it like said on there like don't worry, this is a educational version. All of the red blood is black now. Like, how they did, how like in Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, the orcs and the Uruk-hai, they bleed black instead of red because apparently you can get like less of a hammer on you from violent ratings. I don't know. But like watching Mel Gibson chase down that red coat in the river, and by the end it looked like he was one of those like he had been like hogging in like one of those mud competitions, because he was just covered in black and brown, and it's like that's he didn't splash that much. Like, that's that red coat's blood all over.
So how did that work? Like, do they just take did they just manually get the red out? Like, how would they do that back in the 90s?
I have no idea. I just know that any blood splurts, anything, they were either removed or they were like brown or black blood. Yep.
What's really shocking,
I didn't learn anything about the Revolutionary War from that. I didn't learn a goddamn thing. I learned that like it was a tragedy that Heath Ledger died, and like it was and that those stupid redcoats were easily fooled by posts with like dummies and cloths attached to them, like oh, we have 10 of your officers. Like, it was a great movie. It is a good movie, but I didn't learn anything.
It was a movie. The Rock starred it. He was Black Adam, a superhero movie. You wouldn't like it.
I would not like it.
The Rock came in with his ego and crashed a whole fucking like
the household name that is Black Adam.
No, Shazam. No, the fun, quirky DC movie that they made called Shazam, where for once it's not a super serious thing. Basically, a child gets superpowers, and when he does the thing, he becomes like a giant, muscular Superman-looking man. But he behaves like a child would actually behave if they got such powers, and it's a fun little quirky movie. But he exists, like, kind of coincides and interacts a lot with this Black Adam character. So The Rock comes in and makes this Black Adam character that's just so unlikable and dark and douchey. It's like, why do we like this guy?
It's my understanding that Black Adam in the comic books is sort of dark and douchey and doesn't speak much. But what The Rock is good at is like Jumanji type stuff. Big smiles, muscles, charisma. What's Moana? Is that the cartoon he did?
Yeah,
that's the sort of thing that Rock does really well. So he was kind of miscast for Black Adam.
He's the lovable giant. Like I
seen,
don't even want to see him beat people up anymore.
Have you guys seen Red Notice?
I've never heard of it.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I think it's a Netflix one, and it's just the Rock and fucking who's not Kevin Hart this time. The guy that played Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. And so the whole movie is just like The Rock and Ryan Reynolds hanging out. Like I don't even remember the names of their characters. I don't know if their characters had any specific quirks. It's literally just an hour and a half of The Rock and Ryan Reynolds hanging out. And I was like, look, on the outset, like you could look at that and be like, that's a really shit movie. But I mean, they're two likable dudes. Everyone loved them at the time. Fuck, I would watch The Rock and Ryan Reynolds just go and get ice cream, man. That's entertaining. You know, that's good enough for me. You didn't need the set.
Yeah, people. When I say good movie, I always have different criteria. Like I watched The Godfather this week. That is a great movie for a lot of reasons. It's a classic. Everything about it is like a 5 out of 5 for me. Like all the ways that you judge a movie. It's a little long, but I feel like it needs to be. It's a big fucking story.
Also, something like Gladiator, like that's like that kind of movie. Yeah.
Or then I'll switch over and watch some 90-minute horror movie that's about Thanksgiving. That Thanksgiving like stab 'em up movie, and it's like, you know what? Also a good movie.
Yeah.
Like for none of the same reasons that The Godfather is a good reason. It's just a fun little ride to go along. And like this guy's so quirky, he's killing everybody Thanksgiving style. Like he bakes a lady like a turkey, you know.
I enjoy shit movies. I like shit movies.
I do too.
So,
Samurai Cop to me is the greatest shit movie of all time. The greatest so bad it's good movie of all time is Samurai Cop.
Especially if you're high while watching it. It's a prerequisite. Have you ever watched there's Indian like Bollywood action films?
All right, no,
I would never. No,
you lose me there. You lose me there.
Trust me. Get high and watch Bollywood action films. You have the best fucking time of your life.
What's a good one? Do they like rip off American Hollywood?
Yeah,
so
there's one called Entheron. Yeah, there's one called Entheron that's like the Matrix, and that's fucking insane. And then there's one called Bahubali, which is like Bollywood Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Watch that high. The special effects.
None of this is real. In reality, you are chained up in a call center making return calls about Microsoft accounts.
It's fucking awesome to watch high. You would love it.
Let me give you. I'm gonna send you guys a video that we obviously can't play.
I think you've shown me that. Like the audio is even off in Samurai Cop. We're like,
oh no, I'm sending you a Bollywood thing. An example of why the Bollywood stuff is. I think the Bollywood stuff is better in GIF form. Like, look at this one scene because there's a take on CGI is absurd. Like they don't care about the rules of reality or gravity or like. That human bodies are made of flesh and bone, or like how anything works really. Just they go to another universe when their CGI happens. So people will get like catapulted into cities and stuff, and they'll be spinning and shooting as they go. All sorts of nonsense. That stuff's funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, this guy's pretty badass. Is he Indian 007?
Probably. I have no fucking idea. I don't like that shit.
This one's the Entheron one. It's like Indian Terminator / Matrix. Fucking hilarious to watch high. You would love it. the special effects are so retarded. It's awesome.
All right, I'll watch a few Bollywood movies, I guess.
Do not watch a Bollywood movie before you watch Terminator 2, you scum.
This is just something. It's something we
kind of got you there.
You would not watch this
foreign language joke of a movie before you watch a fucking
American classic.
Trust me,
it's an American classic.
I'm agreeing with you.
You would never watch this if you weren't extremely high. But if you are, you would enjoy it because it's just so absurd.
If you do watch Terminator 2, Taylor, don't tell us.
Like a year will go by.
About it. He'll show up wearing the leather jacket. He'll become a Termy fan. He'll be all about it. All right, so aliens are coming. The aliens are coming, and they want, and we've got to give them a movie, and they're going to believe that movie's real and is representative of our race. Like what movie do you
Independence Day.
Oh shit! You show them that one.
Good call.
They'll be like, change the operating system immediately and double the guard on that one gate that lets people blow up the mothership. Let's move the mothership
platform
to the
technology for technology they've never seen.
I knew we should have run our spaceship on this.
Give them one punch man, so they believe there's a guy that just kill anyone in one punch. That's what
Wait, so they're gonna believe it?
Or perhaps Superman.
They're like bring us the tale of your people. Show us one of your stories, one of your true stories, one of your historical archives.
We want to open.
That's it. They want to see our historical archives.
Galaxy Quest? We have studied your historical archives.
It's that. It's Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
I'm sending up T2, baby. I'm letting them know that Arnold is still kicking.
What about T1? You're not going to send them both?
No. Why would I send him T1? You would know if you'd seen T2.
Or
you haven't seen Terminator 2?
No, he refuses. It's almost a running joke at this point. But it's
wrong with you?
I'll get to it.
That is upsetting to me. That's so upsetting.
Get around to it.
Taylor's infecting the blood of our population.
Log off right now. Go and watch it.
Yeah.
How long is Terminator 2? What, like an hour 40?
It's 2 hours. It's like 2 hours.
Man, if you go and watch that right now, you could come back at the end of the podcast. How fucking
out of here,
you! It would be so fucking funny if I watched Terminator 2, and came back for the last 15 minutes.
Actually, watch it.
2.5 hours.
Watch it with the volume on right now, but mute us.
Then tell us how good you think it is.
Holy shit, he's the good guy.
The joke would be like, for me to go watch it and then come back and be like, yeah, sucked. It was fucking gay.
This one's all messy.
I think it might actually damage mine and Kyle's friendship if I came back and was like, that movie sucked.
I don't even think for the joke you could possibly do that, because it's that good.
It's really good. It's really good.
I've never heard.
It'd be like getting sucked off by Sydney Sweeney and then saying, oh, that sucked.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't be able to.
A toothy blowjob. We can't say for sure, but I know that Arnold is going to come through.
Would never matter, man. She can use sandpaper, and 10 out of 10 guys would fucking love it.
As long as it's like maybe a fine grit.
Just like I'm 1200. Polish that knob.
Sweeney is so fucking attractive. I don't understand. After watching that Dune movie, Zendaya just sort of like frowns for 3 hours and 45 minutes or some shit, and I don't find her to be attractive in the slightest. I do when I see her at award shows. I saw her in whiteface today. Zach, can you find Zendaya in whiteface?
It's going to be hard to look attractive while wearing rags, though.
Tell that to Timothy Chalamet, because he was looking fucking fine. All right, I'll tell you what, Timothy Chalamet is a good looking man.
He can
get it. His hair was nice. He's living in the desert where they can't wash their hair, and that shit is pristine. Yeah, meanwhile, Zendaya literally needs to put something on her head.
That's the one thing he took from Arrakeen. Like, he jumps in his ornithopter, and he's like, his dad's like, take me, and he's like, oh no, I've got this massive barrel of seafoam hairspray, and he's like,
she looks like Middle East.
It does look like she just she's looking at a flashlight.
This isn't it. She's on a runway and she's got white face on. It looks like that Japanese thing where they put the white. It's that.
Oh, I don't like that. My culture is not
kabuki makeup.
Okay, thank
appropriating your culture, appropriating Missouri,
appropriating my white skin.
I'm pretty sure she is that culture, right? Isn't she half black and half white? Probably.
I don't know. But I saw the pictures of her like grimacing during Dune 2. And I was like, well, there's no way all she does is fucking grimace the whole time.
Green text?
She doesn't do it for me, to be honest. I
saw a different one then.
I like her when she's at her best. Like on a runway or whatever. She cleans up really well. But she also seems to relish in this idea that she doesn't need makeup and just rolls out of bed. And there's a lot of shots like that where she's just okay.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, she's not as hot as Sydney Sweeney.
Is that Sydney Sweeney?
No, that's Zendaya.
Is that Zendaya from a much better angle?
Yeah, she looks great there.
Well, when you make her hair that tall, her face doesn't look so wide and pudgy, does it? You also have to go from this angle, though, I suppose.
She looks like a fucking conehead.
Maybe bounce a bunch of light off her and make the background look fuzzy with her arm there, and her face doesn't look like it's this fucking wide anymore.
Dude, if it's a still shot and it's been photoshopped and there's fucking some dude off camera with one of those reflective discs. Yeah. I don't trust
She's very pretty
at all.
I don't know.
It's true.
Everyone can look good in that.
Yeah. No, I think she's very attractive, but I just don't think she's like a sex symbol, which is what it feels like to me by the way I notice the internet reacting to
Who's
her.
the Hollywood it girl for you right now?
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Kanye's wife.
Sydney Sweeney's got the most buzz.
Yeah.
I do see her a lot.
She's the hottest. But then again, I'm not really plugged in. There's probably I don't know many other female celebrities who are in the hotness run right now. Maybe because it's like she's Sydney Sweeney is running a dynasty.
Dude, can I change the TV show?
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys been watching WandaVision?
No.
Oh my fucking God. All right.
So
do you want me to start on WandaVision or do you want to go?
But I'm going to take that as a yes.
Oh, I've seen it all.
Please.
What is it?
WandaVision is such a piece of shit fucking show. I can't even tell you the piece of shit fucking show called WandaVision. Okay, first of all, makers of WandaVision, nobody's impressed. Nobody's impressed that you can fucking masturbate your fucking videographer cock off and show us some 50s, 60s, and 70s era TV in each episode. All right, no one fucking cares that you're filming in front of a live studio audience. No one fucking cares that you are cutesy enough to call it WandaVision because the characters' names are Wanda and Vision. No one fucking cares. I love Marvel. I love all of the Marvel shit. Some of it to a lesser extent than others, I'll admit. But most of it, I think, is very good for comic book shit. I know it's not fucking theater, but I enjoy it, and I've seen it all. This is the worst thing they've ever fucking thought up. This is not about superheroes living undercover in a neighborhood, which is what I thought it was supposed to be. No. Yeah. First of all, none of this is even fucking happening. And that's the only reason I keep watching. I'm going to spoil the shit out of this. Get ready. You won't. You're going to be all the better for it. They spend exactly 30 to
what the backup, what is this about? Who is Wanda? Who's Wanda?
Let me do this real quick. So,
yeah, so I'm not the only
Wanda is Scarlet Witch or Scarlet Witch. Do I have that right?
That's not going to help him. He's seen 2 Marvel movies ever.
She is She is arguably the most powerful character in the Marvel universe.
She fucks Hugh Jackman in that movie, right?
No.
Oh, then I don't know who that is.
No. All right. Anyway, she has the powers to alter reality. Apparently, she's the whole Infinity Gauntlet wrapped into her essence or something like that. She nearly beat Thanos single-handedly had he not turned the rain fire thing down during the Endgame battle scene. Very, 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 very powerful. She is in love with Vision, who's also one of the more powerful and truly good guys in Marvel. Okay. Vision died in... what was before Endgame? What was that? Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Yeah. So the love of her life died in Infinity War. And now this takes place after that. And in her imagination or altering actual reality, we're a little confused. Is this idyllic 1950s Leave It to Beaver kind of show?
That's episode 1.
Yeah, where she and Vision are living this fantasy of silly 1950s
in black and white.
In black and white, and 4:3 aspect ratio. Oh. And then it goes to 60s, and then it goes to 70s. And throughout the show, there are very little drops and hints that this silly neighbor with dumbass dialogue is actually another witch. And this person is actually this. I don't know the Marvel Universe super well, so you can slip lesser known superheroes past me and I don't catch it. But apparently, everyone we've seen is a superhero. I watched the Easter egg YouTube channels that explain stuff to me.
Okay.
And you don't watch those?
No.
So that dumbass neighbor that ran his head trimmer through the brick wall.
Sure.
He's like a superhero. The woman who gets a lot of screen time, she has a brooch.
She's the comedic actress. She's been in a lot of comedies. I know exactly.
She may be a witch mentor of Scarlet.
So she's
Wanda.
Trapping other superheroes in a fake reality with her, or
we don't know. What it looks like to me is that either the evil organization in the Marvel universe, which is Hydra, has her, and they have her in some sort of a fucking alternate reality in some sort of a like building somewhere, and they're like manipulating her, like draw power from her or something. That's probably the big ending, is that they've got her in like some sort of suspended animation reality, and her dreams are powering some sort of fucking doomsday machine or something like that. Because none of this is happening. Because Vision is fucking dead. First of all, like,
how do you know he's dead? Wait, you said that this one,
because the thing that makes Vision be alive is one of the Infinity Stones that they put inside of his head, because he's an artificial reality created by Tony Stark, and in Age of Ultron, which is like the second Avengers movie, and Thanos pulled that out of his fucking head, put it in his gauntlet, and then the end of Endgame, Tony Stark snaps his fingers and destroys the gauntlet, thereby destroying Vision. Vision has been dead for 2 movies, and he's 100% dead at the end of Endgame. Vision's dead.
No way Scarlett whatever brought him back. So it's all
no way.
As you're watching this,
actually, so
a dream sequence.
Kyle and I diverge there. I think that she brought him back. She has time travel. I don't know how the fuck she brought him back, but I think that he's going to be alive in this somehow. And I also don't think that she's being controlled. I think that she's the controller, and that she's set up this environment that everybody else would like to pierce and bring her back to the normal world. But
that I think is possible.
Okay, but to where Kyle started, I'm kind of there too. It's almost as if this thing about making it a sitcom from the 50s, 60s, and 70s is a social experiment to see how much fucking political capital from the Marvel universe they could spend. We're going to make the shittiest fucking most awful, terrible distortion of a Marvel universe thing that you love, and see how long you're willing to sit through this bullshittery.
I would rather watch Wolverine, the gay porn years, than this. like when Wolverine really hit rock bottom and he was no longer doing that bare-fisted boxing thing we saw him doing in Alaska. This is when he was sucking dick for 3 years in Miami. Like, that would be far more interesting. Maybe a claw slips and he circumcises a guy.
Actually, you're selling me. Tell me more.
You're the only porn actor who has a regenerating virgin asshole. We need you. Every scene is a virgin penetrated scene with you.
We've got a Japanese businessman who will pay top dollar to watch someone fuck a hole in your skull. And you can do it every week. It's insane. No. It's so fucking bad. And I've watched it. I keep watching it for that 30 seconds that they slip in at the end of every episode where they're like, oh, by the way, the Marvel Universe exists and all of your favorite superheroes are just out there. Like in the last episode, like that black woman like slips through a portal and now she's like outside some sort of a giant chain link fence enclosed area where some facility is, and there's spotlights on her, and there's a whole team of soldiers and stuff like swarming in on her, like, oh yeah, what happened in there?
What did she say during the show that was a clue?
She told
somebody
like,
killed somebody, maybe.
Yeah, she was like, Thanos killed so and so, or your brother, Pietro, or whatever his name is. Yeah. She mentioned her brother Pietro because like that's the thing.
She
like
said
Wanda
she used
does
to be a twin, maybe. And
yeah, she's like, I used to have a twin brother named Pietro, and the black lady's like, yeah, Ultron killed him. Yeah, and Wachovia or whatever, not Wachovia, wherever it was. That fucking made up European country. It wasn't Wakanda, and it wasn't Wachovia because that's a bank.
So
I think it's Sarkovia. Yeah. I think I combined Wakanda and Sarkovia. It's something like that. It's made up Marvel shit.
She's like, yeah, Ultron killed him, and she's like, wait, what did you say? Because it was like a knowledge that came from outside of her little, what I think to be is her created little vision world in black and white or whatever.
Yeah. It's like she's had a mental breakdown perhaps, and like this is her like safe place, and they're trying to either pull her out of that, but I also have seen like little hints at Hydra. Like I saw the commercial for the Hydra watches that she watched on TV or something like that. You know, it's got that many-headed snake thing. Well, it's a Hydra. That's what a Hydra is. Look,
okay.
I can't tell you how upset I am, and I keep watching this shit. I'm gonna keep watching it, but
you hate it. I've never heard you hate a show more than that. I've
never hated a show this much before.
There's some fun in hating a show
so
too.
Fucking much.
But It's Marvel. They still have political capital left with me, or social capital, whatever you want to call it.
They play that intro with the and all the Marvel shit flying around, and yeah, all right. It's like Pavlovian dog response when I see that. I'm like, ho, popcorn time. This is going to be some good. It's Bewitched this week.
If I was telling a story and I opened it with Taylor, wait for it. And then, the first 40 seconds was boring. You'd be like, it's coming.
It's coming.
That's what WandaVision is doing. There's this, and they keep giving you this little wait for it. Like Kyle says, 30 seconds in color. And there are a lot of Easter eggs in this. I can't catch them myself. I'm not that deep in the lore.
I'm not catching them all, but I see a lot of them.
So are they solving mysteries? Are they fighting?
No. Oh, that's the worst part. That's the worst part. There's an entire episode where they compete in a talent show.
That's true.
That's the entire episode. There is a talent show for a black and white 1950s Leave It to Beaver style town. Like it's like I Love Lucy and then Leave It to Beaver and then Bewitched. It's what it felt like to me as we're going through these episodes.
This sounds like if you put me in charge of a Marvel show and I intentionally sabotage,
made it awful,
try and ruin the superhero trend.
So you guys are both right. Except that there's all this under the surface stuff happening, these hints. Like, I watch WandaVision, hate it, and then afterwards they're like, hey, did you see these two lines? When someone says this is all about the kids, and then she says, that this is what they mean by that. And did you notice this brooch this person is wearing? That's an indication that she's actually this guy over here. And did you see that? And like all these subtleties that I don't catch on my personal surface. It's like reading Animal Farm and thinking it's a story about animals on a farm when it's really this deeper meaning about
capitalism and communism and class-based.
Yeah. So I read Animal Farm and I liked it, but I only understood the top layer.
Oh, it's just like Babe. Okay.
And then in school, like it would go and the teacher would explain all the rest of the depth to it. That's what YouTube is doing for me. And I still don't like it. I still wish they would just tell great stories, but I know it's because of all the details that they put into it. It's like there's hints that the Marvel quality is still there. They're just holding it back.
It's so goddamn bad. And look, TV is the best medium for telling stories. Like as much as I love the Marvel universe, I was so excited when I heard about this show. I saw it was black and white in the previews, but I was like, that's probably a joke, like there's got to be a reason for this. Like something's going on here. I'm on board. Like I heard that there's some sort of a Harry Potter TV show in development at HBO. It's either in development or pre-development or something like that. I was like, oh my God, that'll be so fucking good. That's one of my favorite universes. I'll watch the shit out of that. I can't wait to see who they, cast everyone as. It's going to be great. Just like the Lord of the Rings thing over on Amazon. Oh man, that's going to be so good. I hope they do it well. But that's how I felt about this going in. Like a TV show in the Marvel universe is going to be so cool. They're going to be able to slip so many side characters in that normally wouldn't get screen time in a movie. They're going to be able to explore these little, like the X-Men cartoons. I don't know if you've ever watched those. They were really good. Like you were able to slip in so many characters and go down so many cool storylines with the X-Men cartoons. That's what I always, and that's what made me love Marvel originally, and why I was always so excited when Marvel caught on, became these billion-dollar franchises, because as a kid, the X-Men was my favorite cartoon. I loved superheroes. I loved the X-Men, and I like the Fantastic Four and all that shit. This is so goddamn bad though. That was one of the coolest things about Spider-Man. Like he doesn't just have a web to grab things with. He's got a whole wide web of things that he can do with those spinners.
Not
which
all
Spider-Man,
of them,
all right, which Spider-Man do you like better, or which version? The one who is mutated and so webbing just comes out of his wrist, or the one who is smart enough, in addition to being bitten by a radioactive Spider-Man, that he has created a super material that he creates willy-nilly with his job working at the Daily Bugle in his apartment. And it just fits in a little pod there.
That's such an easy question. You want to be the guy with the stuff built in.
Tony Stark,
which do you prefer, though?
I disagree. No, okay.
As a viewer.
It's a different question. As a viewer, I am more impressed by Smart Spider-Man, and I like as a viewer that he impressed Tony Stark. So that version of the
but didn't Tony Stark make the web for him? I thought Tony Stark made.
No, Tony Stark meets him, and he's like, "Oh, this is really impressive stuff. You know, I can see what you did here." And there's kind of a, not that he's Tony Stark's peer because he invents all sorts of great stuff, but Tony Stark was impressed with what he did.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I like.
It feels like he doesn't have a superpower if he can't shoot web. Like, what is his superpower then?
It's everything else.
He's incredibly athletic. He's a sticky hand.
So he's a wicked rock climber.
Well, he's also got the Spidey sense, which was literally like a sixth sense, where he can sense danger coming.
And he can pick up cars and throw them. Like
he can. He got VW for sure. Every one of the Spider-Man movies has had a moment that really like got to me a little bit, had like an emotional response. I'll tell you what.
Toby talk about the cranes again.
Not the cranes. Not the cranes. We're going back to Tobey Maguire. We're going back to Tobey Maguire, the goofiest of all Spider-Men. I need to watch the new one because I know.
But the best Peter Parker. Carry on.
It's when he's on the front of that fucking train. And he shoots the webs out, but they break. It's not enough, and so he shoots a ton of them out, and he's trying to slow the train down. It's almost going to tear him apart. He's just screaming, and his mask is off, and he like passes out from the exertion, but he saves everybody, and he almost falls off, which would have been death. But the people grab him and they carry him back in, and they're doing they're carrying him in like fucking Christ or something. You know, they're passing his body back.
Yeah, I remember
they really are, and like he wakes up, and the crowd's like at this. I don't know, like one of the guys says, "It's just a kid. It's like no older than my son." Like they're realizing this is just a kid that's like saved them all, and they're like, he's like realizes he doesn't have his mask when he wakes up, and this little boy like gives him the mask, and he goes, "We won't tell," and everybody just goes, "Yeah, we won't say anything," and he's just like, that moment's really emotional for me though. I think that's a strong moment. It might be the strongest moment.
Do they say careful, like you're carrying a hero or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. And they're being so gentle with him. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a good scene. That scene's great. And then
too often people rescued by superheroes aren't properly appreciative.
Yeah.
They almost like are mad at them sometimes, you know, or like,
I think that's a new thing with like these more like the movies and TV shows and properties that we have right now that are meant to be like these shitty superheroes that the people have gotten jaded to the existence of them, just like we would probably. Like, I mean, we're sitting here joking around, and meanwhile, there's a fucking war going on in Ukraine. You know, like, what else can you do at some point? So the same way, like after a while, you'd be like, yeah, there's a guy that flies around, it blows people up occasionally. He's he bends still and he sees through walls. He just does that. Nothing. You just live with it.
I've never seen him. Like, crime rate's too small here. He doesn't really do anything for me. I don't give a fuck about him.
I don't know.
That'd be like me caring about the LAPD. It's like I never see them. I don't give a fuck about them.
Here's why you care, because the existence of him is the world's most powerful nuclear weapon, right? Governments would be trying to manipulate Superman into being on their side. Superman could end the Ukraine war in a hurry. Imagine what a tank buster he'd be. He'd bust up 300 tanks in like 15 minutes, you know, like just zooming literally through them in one side and out the other.
You guys seen Watchmen before?
Yeah.
Yeah. When they send like Dr. Manhattan, and he's just like lasering all the Asians. Just like,
I want to say the lesser ones were in Vietnam helping a lot too, right? Did Dr. Manhattan just?
It was just Dr. Manhattan and the comedian. And
the comedian's just like setting people on fire.
I love that one line.
It's like me and Mike Tyson going to beat people up.
The comedian was like the more ruthless of them. He was exacting some psychological warfare. He was torturing and burning the villages. Okay. Dr. Manhattan would just vaporize you though. But I remember I love the line in Watchmen where they're like, the war was over at 3 months after my arrival. Most of them wanted to surrender to me personally. And it just shows the Vietnamese like bowing down like he's a god, like surrendering and laying down their guns.
Just floating there.
But how couldn't you? Like he is a god. He is a god. Like
what does that guy say? He's like I think you misunderstood my quote. I didn't say there is a god. It's like God is born and he's American. Like dude, like he's just describing him as the creator.
Yeah, the existence of some sort of a superhero would like completely upend like the power system of the world. You know, like there's that comic, what is it, Superman, like Red Sun, like SON, not SUN. I think the idea is that Superman crashed in like the Ukraine maybe or something like that, and now he's a Soviet, and that's they just explore that timeline where Superman is a Soviet the whole time instead of an American.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were a superhero? Would you
For what I do?
Now, if you got dropped into nuclear waste and then became Superman, what's your game plan? Are you like taking over a government? Are you ending all world hunger?
Am I literally like Superman?
Yeah, it's just like Superman.
I think I'll just conquer the whole world. I don't think I'd stop at one government. I think I'd pull it all under one banner, and I would make memes a big part of it. Because you're basically saying, what would you do if you're God? So yeah, I would have a good sense of humor about it, but everybody would now. I mean, the flag would be. It would be a meme for sure. No,
like the butt flag behind me from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
yeah.
Or it's just your bicep.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that.
That's just FPS Rush's face.
I would own the new Congress because I'd want to set up some representation for the whole world, but they would only be comprised of WWE stars and former WWE stars. We're bringing The Rock back, John Cena too, Undertaker. I'm looking at you, Mankind. You gave your body up for us. I'm bringing you back. You're getting a good job.
What would you do, Taylor?
Well, Ric Flair
I
was
like
going to have
that
a
idea.
position of prominence, but yes, Taylor, what did
Would I have a position of prominence in your government?
you would be the head of state.
Yes, I'm down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down
Sure
with
with that.
I didn't say which state.
if I'm the Superman, you can be head of state in mine.
There wouldn't be a real state. It would be like an emotional. So you're the head of sadness.
I like you're the head of despair.
State of despair.
You're the head of melancholy.
The secretary of Dome.
But honestly, though,
I always say that when I'm streaming. People go, "What state do you live in?" I'm like, "A state of despair."
I like your idea of WWE wrestlers where they're like coming to you and he's like, Grandmaster Kyle, I think we need to give food to the masses. And you're like, bang, bang, bang. In character. And then he's like, Grandmaster Kyle, I was thinking we could give some food to the masses. Maybe. And you're like, not good enough. Just come on. Bring in the exhumed corpse of Andre the Giant.
Oh, do I have the power to reanimate that, or is that beyond my abilities?
Hell yeah, let's throw that in the mix.
All right, so I'm zombie Andre the Giant.
Yeah. I would definitely take over the whole world.